About halfway down the page, God's amazing grace, page 230. Our Savior does not require impossibilities of any soul. He expects nothing of his disciples that he is not willing to give them grace and strength to perform. Watch the words here. He would not call upon them to be perfect if he had not at his command every perfection of grace to bestow on the ones upon whom he would confer so high and holy a privilege. Did you read demands, commands, musts, shoulds there? Not a one. All gifts of grace, privileges, bestowing, conferring. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about what God can give us. You see, we have two fists, and God says, now I have gifts that I want to give you. Will you open up your fist and let me pour in my forgiving grace? And we say, yes, I want it very much. Pour all your grace into my hand and forgive me and treat me as if I had never sinned. And he does. And then God says, now you have another fist and I have another gift. Will you open up your other fist and let me pour in some more grace? But this grace will do a different work. It's called overcoming grace. And we look at these two gifts of grace, forgiving grace and overcoming grace. And this one requires lifestyle changes. This one means I change my activities, my food choices, my viewing habits, my entertainment. And we say, I think I like this gift best. Forgiveness is great. And the whole Christian world, my friends, has turned the gospel into forgiveness alone. And Adventism is doing the same thing. Forgiveness is the best gift of God's grace, we are being told. But of the two gifts, which is really the better gift? I think you know. You know how we can be absolutely sure that this gift of overcoming grace is the best gift of God's grace and the true heart of the gospel? Is because very soon, if what we've been hearing for the last couple of days is at all right, and I think it is, this beautiful gift of forgiving grace will be taken away, never to be seen again for the rest of the universe history. Why? Because God is going to rip away gifts that we need? He never does that. He always supplies our needs. The only reason he will take away forgiving grace is because when this work of overcoming grace has so dominated and controlled and permeated us, this gift, this beautiful gift of forgiving grace will never be needed again. And he'll say, I'll move on to other business. We will close probation. I will step out of the heavenly sanctuary, and then I'll come back to this earth rather quickly. So very soon, you may be in the situation of the best gift of God's grace without the need for the other one at all. Overcoming grace, the best gift that God has to offer us.